Congratulations, you graduated. Now it's time to look for a job. Now you start looking for a job and realize this isn't quite what you thought. You think to yourself, what job can I get? You don't really meet the requirements for the jobs that are available, but you figure you have a degree. So that has to count for something, right? So you hand in your application and the employer starts asking you about experience, certifications, and then you tell them you don't really have any of those. But you do have this degree. That's nice, they say. Put it over there with everyone else's. They decide to tell you that you're just not the right fit for the job and to come back when you have better credentials. What went wrong? Well, I'm gonna tell you. And it starts with you picking your college major before you go to college. So you're about to go off to college, and it's time to pick your college major. Warning, don't make the same mistake other people make. I'm gonna give you the best one tip you need to hear to help you pick a major, and I'm gonna give you 6 important reasons why it will help. My name's Naresh and welcome to Grind Policy. And I'm here to help you not make my mistake. What mistake is that? Picking a college major the wrong way. Many of us do the same thing and try to think of a job we want or we think will earn a lot of money. We try to understand what major will give us this job and then we sign ourselves up right on the dotted line. In theory, there's actually nothing wrong with that. And it's essentially still gonna be somewhat what you're gonna be doing to some extent. So what's the problem? The problem is you shouldn't be trying to pick a college major yet at all. You need to start looking at jobs first. That's right, you want to pick a major, you have to pick a job first. Now I'm not saying you should work instead of going to college, but I am saying you need to look at jobs first like your future depends on it. Do a thorough search for your dream occupation with an open mind. Here are 6 reasons why looking for a job is going to help you in the best ways possible to pick a major for college. Number 1, you get the full scope. It's crazy to think that someone in their teens fresh out of high school is really gonna have all the knowledge to even grasp what kind of jobs are actually out there, unless they've actually looked. At a young age, we all tend to know the same basic career paths, like a police officer, firefighter, a psychologist, a veterinarian, doctor, teacher. Sounds pretty familiar, right? Yes, these jobs are considered successful occupations. But there is so much more out there than just those. Think about it. How can you choose the best option for you if you don't even know what all the options are? Job searching through normal sites and government websites and things like that will give you an idea of what kind of jobs are actually out there, what they do, and how much they make. All of these things are important to consider when it comes to your future. I started looking for a job when I graduated, and I quickly learned that there are some really freaking cool jobs out there that I never would have knew existed. You only even think about them when you're actually job hunting and see them. And you're like, damn, that sounds awesome. How do I get that job? This phase is also very exploratory, where you get to see how your passions align with what jobs exist out in the field. What can you do for a living out of the things you love to do? You might surprise yourself when you actually look. This can help you make a career for yourself. And if you don't know what you really want to do, maybe you'll find something that really piques your interest. The point is you have a giant jar of more jobs to pick from. Now this is a great starting point to then see what the requirements are. This is huge, people, which brings me to number 2. The second reason why looking for a job is so important is because you will understand what the requirements are needed to get that job. Take it from me, I got one of the most unhelpful degrees because it was so generic. A criminal justice degree. Most of the occupations I was applying for wanted to see some degrees or certifications or things that were just more specific or niche. Now imagine you got your degree after years of studying and money spent, and then you went to apply for jobs and everyone's looking for a degree that's different from the one that you got. Bummer. If only you saw the requirements first, am I right? Instead of having to go back to school and fork out more money and time to meet those requirements, you can get all of your educational needs planned out ahead of time just by knowing what the requirements are for the type of career that you want. Understand that seeing what's listed in the job requirement section is a lot better than just saying, well, I want to be a nurse, so I should go to get a nursing degree or go to nursing school. Yes, you can do that and it'll be helpful, but look, there might be something specific for a specific type of nurse or specific companies looking for specific type of things. Knowing what the requirements are great so you can start out on fulfilling those needs right away. Looking for a job also enables you to do something very important, like asking questions. This brings me to number 3. Number 3, looking for a job first will help you and encourage you to ask questions. Call potential employers and ask questions about the type of candidates they would hire. Not only that, ask the people who do the job already to see if you would even like it. So many people go to school to be a doctor, and yet they have no idea what it actually means to be a doctor. Same with a police officer. So when you're fresh out of high school and going to college and thinking about a career you want to do, how do you actually know you want to do it if you haven't done it yet? How do you know you're gonna like it? When you look for a job, you can see who's hiring for that job. It helps give you a place to contact so you can find people who know about that job or do that job. You can talk to these people to find out the day in and day out mundane stuff that might actually drive you nuts. It's important to understand the stresses that will come with it, along with all the good points of a job. More importantly, this also can potentially help you make connections. Connections can play a big part in your career. It can't hurt to know somebody. Setting up those connections early will help a lot. Don't underestimate it. Number 4, getting your foot in the door. Once you find or form a potential career, it will help you to identify the field of work it's in and the opportunities that may have to come before it. So many of us wait until we graduate to focus on work, just to find out that there are no jobs that will take us without experience. That dreaded word. You need 5 years of experience to get an entry-level job after you just worked your ass off and paid for a college degree. You can get entry-level positions while you're in college. Maybe it's not exactly in the career that you were trying to get into, but maybe it's within the same company where you can develop connections or the skills necessary to have the occupation, or shadow somebody who does the job that you want to do, giving you the best possible opportunities to move up. And then when you graduate, you will have your coveted degree and meet all the requirements, plus you will have experience. Number 5. Looking for a job first will save you so much time. Giving yourself a sense of direction will help you direct your efforts to the things that really matter, instead of just wasting money away at college for classes that don't really have any benefit or help you towards your goals. Not only that, but you won't have to spend all that time after you graduate to get more experience or credentials, or worse, go back to school to get a different degree. Number 6, if you're more of an entrepreneurial type, looking for a career first, seeing the requirements, making connections, and asking questions will all still help you create a business of your own. It can still help you understand what degree might be best for you by seeing other people who had similar ventures as the ones you're trying to pursue. What degree did they get if they went to college at all, and how did they apply it? But also, just working somewhere and understanding how a business runs will help give you insight into how to run a business. And there you have it, the 6 reasons why looking for a job is the most important tip for picking your college major. But what does it mean to look for a job? Start out on sites like Indeed. Also, look at government sites like USA.gov, your local state, county, or city government. One thing that's really fun to do is actually just start out by looking for the highest paying jobs first and work your way down from there. And just explore, have fun with it. Even just Google it, funnest jobs. And yes, I know funnest isn't a word, but it should. Best jobs, highest earning jobs, easiest jobs. But when you do this, just know that you're probably gonna be pulling up some articles who isn't showing the actual requirements or who's hiring. So do the search to find out where those occupations can be found and who's hiring for them. That way you can know who to call to ask questions and make connections and see the requirements. These are the words I wish somebody had told me. So I hope that this helps you. If you find the content helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Again, this is Naresh with Grind Policy, and I'll see you next time.